What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of SH Figuarts Lupin the Third and Fujiko Mine. These are two awesome figures. Well, let's temper the awesome part. Maybe half awesome. Two awesome anime characters turn into figures from Figuarts, which is known for some great figures. And that's about half right, like I'm already alluding to here. So I picked these both up on Amazon on one of their one-day price drops, and I got them for about 30 to 32 bucks each. I believe Fujiko was 32 and Lupin was 30. So that was really good. I also used Amazon points on them, so I ended up paying like 12 bucks total. For that price, I couldn't say no. However, I probably would have picked up Lupin anyway at some point because I've always loved the anime. When Adult Swim first started, that was one of the first shows I saw on there, and I really dug it. It was lots of fun. He's kind of a creepy character, and inadvertently I kind of posed him in a little bit of a creepy way there, but pretty much par for the course for the anime itself. But let's take a look at them and, if they're good or not. And like I keep saying, it's kind of a half-half situation here. And that's because I don't think Fujiko's that great. She looks cool, right? She's, her face sculpt here. This is not the face that comes in the package, but it was my preferred one. So we'll go over all the accessories in a few, but this is her coolest face sculpt. Overall, sculpt is pretty good. The body's a little oddly shaped. Like, as you can tell, like her legs kind of cave in a little bit towards the middle. She's very knock-kneed. So, and a really skinny waist, which is kind of anime correct, and kind of a little bit of a big top side, which drives that dude insane. So, but she's cool. She's like anime Black Widow right now in this outfit. Back then, probably not that many people would make that connection, but since Scarlett Johansson has made the character so popular, anime Black Widow for sure. So why isn't she so hot? Well, like, besides the weird proportions, she tends to come apart a little bit easier. Like, this ball joint in the middle has fallen, snapped off. Not snapped, but like, popped off really quick. And if you see her face, yep, the top part, her hair comes out really quick, and you get this really creepy looking half het face there, so like she's been scalped. So that comes out a little bit easy. Her fists are alright, but it feels like these joints might snap. They're so, if not, careful with them, they're really skinny. And that's a big problem with this figure in general, is like, I'm kind of scared that she's just gonna snap apart. I mean, I haven't done anything where she's completely felt that way, but it's definitely a fear when I was like changing a few things. And again, she pops apart a little bit at the ab crunch, so that's a little bit of a bummer. I don't think I'm keeping this figure. So as a matter of fact, she's already on eBay, and by the time you see this video, she might be out the door already. So it's just a matter of like, the aesthetic is nice, but overall, like, yeah, she does that too. She's not a very easy figure to stand. So she does come with this nice gun that you see here, and she holds it very well. So there's that. I think that looks okay. Could use a little more detail, but it works. Her finger fits in there nicely. So there's that. Let's taking a look at the packaging, and both these packages are great. I love this like aesthetic, so cool, very noirish. So I'm just gonna go over quickly what comes in here. Just you get a few extra hands. You have that gun. That hand is like the hand she came with, so it doesn't really fit in. And this is the face that came with her, so she's kind of looking off. And the other face, she's blinking. I'm gonna open it up to check that out. So she gets a little blinky-eyed face too. They're okay. I think the face, again, that's on her now is the best. Where'd you go? Stand, please. So, you know, I can't really, for the price point, she was fine. And, you know, like, I don't think I would pay more than $30-ish for her. As a matter of fact, I'll probably, you know, I'm not even going to try to, like, get more than that for her. You know, 30 bucks is totally fine. So, there's that. You know, I'm sad because I would like them to be together, but at this point in my collecting, I feel like if the figure has that many problems and it's not like that near and dear to my heart, I'd rather, you know, move it along as quick as possible, make room for other figures. So there's that. On the other hand, I'm gonna put her to the side here. On the other hand, Lupin is really awesome. I've had no problems with him at all. He looks great. The aesthetic is perfect. I love the spindly look. Looks great on him. That's like, you know, it's on model. It just looks like it stepped right out of the cartoon. Of course, like, you know, kind of like her, he does have a little bit of a standing issue, but it's not as bad. His feet are a little bigger. See, there you go. It's pretty good. So he works a little bit better in that department, and I haven't had anything like pop apart, so that's really good. The one complaint I do have is with the gun holding hands, like it doesn't go into his gun great. Like, it's really weirdly sculpted, the gun. I'm all over the place with this. I'm jumping around a little bit, sorry. But if you can see, like, they didn't cut out this back piece, and, you know, it should have been cut a little differently and moved. The hammer should have been moved back a little bit more, the trigger. So it's a little disappointing, but it's a nice looking gun nonetheless, better than Fujiko's. He also comes with this really cool, his watch that like does a bunch of different things on the show. I think that's awesome. It's not what it came with, you know, in the package, but it's definitely what I'm displaying it with. Very nice. Articulation's really good on this guy. Ball jointed head, has a ton of movement. He's got the ab crunch, he's got the waist swivel, you know, he's got butterfly shoulders. He does have, you know, even though he's got these cool butterfly shoulders, it's kind of limited, you know. I don't know why they didn't make this go in a little further. So they could have cut this a little bit here, made that slide in a little more for more movement. So it's a little limited. He's a little better. See, it works over here. It works on this arm. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So on this arm, for some reason, maybe I'm just not. There we go. Okay, you know what? Disregard that. It does go in. It's just really tight on this shoulder. So be careful of that. I did not notice that the first few go-arounds with this. So, but he's really well articulated. You can get him in a lot of poses. His legs are just awesome. So, you know, like, there's a lot of movement here. Look at those shoes. That's super cool. Yeah, like I said, the sculpt is great on this guy. Very anime accurate. Just perfect looking. A really fun figure. You know, from front to back. The paint is nice and clean. It's very flat, but there is a little shading here and there, as you can tell, on his pants and stuff. You see this little scratch there? That's actually my fault. Nothing to do with the way it came, unfortunately. That was all me. I have nobody to blame but myself. So he's pretty awesome articulation-wise, you know, and sculpt-wise, and paint-wise. I dig him a lot. Going back to Fujiko 1 second, I didn't really go over her articulation. She does not have butterfly joints. Like, it just kind of a swivel up there. It has a little movement. Her head's kind of hindered by her hair. That's a little rough. So, arms are alright. Kind of, you know, very similar. Ball jointed swivels and stuff. Again, up here, it's a little limiting due to the way her chest is. Oh, and there you go. And she fell apart at the bottom half this time. Oh, and her head fell off. See, there you go. See, a little bit too much movement, and she's not doing so hot. So that's a problem, you know, like, I know some of these figures are like that, you know, very finicky, but, you know, if you can't play around with it, it's a little bit of a problem. So, her legs are very similar to Lupin's. There is some decent movement there. But yeah, oh, she's falling apart here. So I'm going to put her down on the side, because, yeah. There is that. So let's look at Lupin's extras. And again, beautiful box. Very, very nicely done. Very classy. I dig it. So, he has a lot of really cool heads here. Okay, before we get to the head, the first thing that fell out is this thing here. And you pop this into a, it's another watch, and you just pop it in like that, and then it's kind of like a taser. You know, he could wear this one instead if you want to, you know, and this is like a bendy wire, so you could get it in a few different poses. It's pretty cool. I think I will never display it with this, just because it's just room, and I don't know. It's just not, you know, it's cool. Not my favorite thing. He comes with a lot of nice hands. You know, these are my favorites. He's got these creepy hands, grabby hands. So you could imagine if you have both these characters, or if you have other female characters, you can make Lupin be the real creep in your collection. You know, in this day and age, the creep is unfortunately, not unfortunately, but rightly so, like a little more reviled than he was back then. But there was a lot of comedic value to the creepiness of Lupin back in the day. So, and this figure, like, you know, it's a lot of fun that way too. So he also has a, you know, winky eye, and he has a really silly face. This is definitely the face you want to put on with the grabby hands for sure. And here's a nice laughing face. Very, very cool. So I dig it. A lot of nice little extras, some fun stuff with the hands. And yeah, this is a great figure. You know what he's got? And he also has a, let me see something here. A different trigger hand. Did I miss this the first time around? I might have. So let's see. Nope. Oh no, this is not for that at all. This is kind of, I'm not sure what he's doing with his hand. You got me. So if anybody knows, let me know. I can't really recall. Oh, I'm sorry. I know what he's doing. This is for the watch. So he could, you know, press it, you know, the button, and he could shoot out that coil. That's cool. I forgot about that. That's really awesome, actually. So he's great. I think he's, you know, I at the $30 price point that I got him, he was a steal. I feel like he's really good. He's, you know, he's a Figuarts through and through. He's awesome, you know. Unfortunately, Fujiko is not. I can't recommend her. Not at the price point. And maybe, you know, I got one that's like kind of loosey-goosey and she's falling apart. So, I don't know. I didn't like her. I'm selling her. and I'm keeping Lupin the Third. He's pretty awesome. So that's all I got, folks. Check out my Facebook page. I will have pics of both of them with everything, like using all the accessories. That is Ultrazilla Toys on Facebook. And I will be seeing you guys soon in the next video. Peace out, peeps.